Now let's take a look at Pomp. Pomp is the final solo repertoire piece from Chapter 3. This is page 80 and 81 in your textbooks. In this one, we're dealing with triads, as you can see, and it's also dealing with kind of a situation where you have multi-tonality or polytonality. So let's talk about the chords, the triads that are outlined. If we look at the left hand here, there are two triads that are outlined. We have the C major triad here, and then we have an F major triad here. So we have C and F. Maybe I'll make them different colors. C major triad, F major triad, and he just goes back and forth. C major triad, F major triad. Okay. Even this is just basically the C major triad here. Okay. C major triad, C major triad, F major triad. Take a look at the second page, same thing. C major triad, F major triad, C major, F major, C major, F major, C major, F major, C, oops, wrong color, C, F, oops. Trying to keep this color coded so it's more obvious when you see it. C, F, C, F, still F, C, F, and then C, all the way basically to the end. Okay? So look at that. We literally just play C major and F major. Now the fingering is always going to be 5-3-1. Never changes for the left hand when you're playing the triads, that is. So let's practice going from C major up to F major in the left hand. Just C major up to F major, C major, F major, C major, F major, like that. C major, F major. Just get comfortable. C major, F major. Now there are a couple spots where it does change. Like for example here, and I can write the fingerings in. 5-3-4, right? 5-3-1. But it's still just the same position. This is C, E, D, C, E, G, like that. C, E, D, C, E, G, like that. And same thing here. 5-3-1. Okay? But really, really simple. We can write in the fingerings. Let's measure 9 to 12 or 13. That's the whole first page. Really easy with the left hand. Second page, same deal. And notice you don't have any single notes until you get to the ending. 5-3, like this, and then 1, and I would suggest either 1-2 or 2-1 here. So you'll have 5-3-1, 2-1, like that. 5-3-1, 2-1, or 5-3-1, 1-2. Either is fine. Then he goes up to a D, and you just use your thumb or something to play the D. It doesn't matter, or second finger, it doesn't matter. And then you're back to the C chord. So with that in mind, we're ready to play the left hand. So let's go ahead and try the whole left hand. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. C, C, C. Shift. 1, 2. Now F, 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 F. Shift back down. 1, 2, C, C, 2. Now F, 2, 3. Back to C. 1, 2, 3. 5-3-1, and then 5-3-4, and then 5-3-1. Now C major. C, 2, 3, rest, 2, 3, rest. C again. 1, 2, 3. Now shift up to F, 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 F. Shift back down to C. C, C, now F, 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 back down to C, C, now up to F, F, back to C, C, back to F, F, back to C, C, back to F, back to C, C, back to F, down to C, back to F, down to C, back to F. F, 2, 3, rest, F again. F, down to C, C, back to F, back to C. 5, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, shift up to D, D, 2, 3, shift down to C, 1. So that's the entire left hand. Maybe do that a few times, get comfortable with that, and then come back to this point in the video and we'll take a look at the right hand. So the left hand obviously surrounds the chords C and F. C and F. Well, what are the triads that are outlined in the right hand? Let's find out. So in the right hand, you actually have 3 triads that are outlined. The first triad is a D major triad. I'll do this as in green, a D major triad. Okay, and he even does a D major 7 on bar 5. But then he goes to an E major triad. On bar 8, he does E major again. Then he goes up to do A major. Then he goes back down 2 octaves, or actually 1 octave, to do A major again. Then he is back to D major. On the second page, we have the D major 7 again. Then he goes back to E major. Then he does A major, down to E major, back to A major. Then he goes D major again. The D major 7 again. Then he does E major, E major, then A major, then I'm just going to write the notes here. He has a B, B, then C sharp, E, F sharp, A, and then he does the A major one more time. Obviously, if we're analyzing this, this is really an A major chord here, and this is really a D major chord here. But I'm putting in parentheses just because the fingering doesn't necessarily reflect that. All right. Okay. So let's talk about how to play this. So the right hand is going to start on D major. Well, D major is just 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 5, like that. 1, 3, 5. The next part does 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2. Very easy. 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 2. Now measure 5. This is where it gets a bit interesting. We have a D major 7 chord. Our lowest note is D. Highest note is C sharp. That means 5th finger is going to have to play that C sharp. We start on D, but then we're going to stretch. We're going to stretch between these fingers here. Okay. So you'll have first finger on D, second finger on F sharp, third finger stretches up to A like an arpeggio. But your top note is not going to be D, it's going to be C sharp. So it's like an arpeggio with the top note of C sharp. 1, 2, 3, 3, 5, 3, 4. So that's the fingering here. Okay. So if you have your hand in the right position, 1, F sharp, A, B, C sharp, then you can just think the finger numbers. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4. Get comfortable with that. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4. And then we go to the E major chord. We'll just do 1, 3, 5 there. Okay, every one of the triads will be 1, 3, 5. So 1, 3, 5. Then E major again. Up to A major. And then we go down. We've got 2 notes right here, a B. Make that a little clearer. A B. and a G. For this, I'll suggest that you actually do 2-1 for the fingering. So second finger on B, first finger on G, then you're going to come back to 1-3-5 on the A major. B, G, then to A major on measure 15. So in time, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we go back to D major. Fingering again is just 1, 3, 5. Same as the beginning. 1, 3, 2. Same as the beginning, we have the D major 7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4. It's exactly the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4. E major, same thing, 1, 3, 5. A major, E major, A major. Back to D major, 1, 3, 5, same notes. Timing is different though. And then the same notes here, 1, 3, 2. Same notes on the D major 7 chord, 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 4, 4. But the rhythm is different. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. Then we're back to the E major triad. E major, A major, and then we're on the last line, the B. You can just use second finger here, then 3, 5, then 3, 5 here as well. So 42, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, then A major, like that. If I write in the counting on the last line, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Like that, okay? So let's try the last line, right hand by itself in rhythm. Second finger on B, third finger on C sharp. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Shift up, 1, 2, 3, 1. Then A major, like that. So now that we have that, let's do the whole right hand from the very beginning. So we start in D major. We go 1, ready, and play. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Now stretch your hand. 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4. Now E major. 1, 2, 3. Rest. E major again. 1, 2, 3. Shift up to A major. 1, 2, 3. Now shift all the way down. Second finger on B, thumb on G. And 1, 2, 3. A major. 1, 2, 3. Shift up to D major. 2, 3. Just like the beginning. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Now stretch to the D major 7. 1, 2, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3. 1. E major. 2, 3. Accent. A major sforzando. 1. E major loud. 1. A major. 1. Now back to D major. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now stretch your hand, D major 7, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Rest, E major, play. 1, 2, 3. Rest, E major. 1, A major, 2, 3. 1, shift down, second finger on B. Rest, 2, 3, play. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, shift up to D, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now A major, 2, and play. 1. So get comfortable with both your left and right hands by yourselves, and once you are, then we can talk about playing these hands together. So if once you've gotten to this point, make sure you're really comfortable hands alone, then we can do hands together. Okay. So in the very beginning, right hand starts on D position, left hand starts on C major. On the second half, bar 3, left hand's just going to shift up to F major. That's all it is. Okay. Here we go. Ready and play. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Shift up to F, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's all we're going to do. Just the first 4 bars once again. Left hand starts on C, then it goes up to F. Right hand stays on D. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Shift up to F. 1, 2, 3, F. 2, 3. Do that a few times, get that comfortable. Next line, measure 5. Right hand starts in this stretched D major 7 position, like an arpeggio. D, F sharp, A, C sharp, 1, 2, 3, 5. Left hand's going to play C, then it's going to go to F when we get to the B in the right hand. Here we go. Second line, play. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, F major. 1, 2, 3. Now E major. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that again. So left hand C, right hand D major 7. 1, ready and play. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, E major. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that one more time. 1, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, E major. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's put the first 8 measures together. 1, ready and play. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, F major. 1, 2, back to C. 1, stretch. 2, 3, 1, 2, F major. 1, E major. 1, 2, 3. Get comfortable with that. So that's the first section right there. Okay, so I'll mark these sections appropriately. So we'll call that A. That's not a very good A. Let's do it in black. Okay, so we'll call this A. Now let's do B, which is the next section here. So notice now the left hand takes over. C, E, G, C, E, D, C, E, G. Okay, like that. Okay, it's really the same music. It's just been modulated from D. C. Okay, that's all that's happened. Okay, so now the left hand takes it. Right hand's on E. Here we go. So starting measure 9, ready? Here we go. 1, 2, E major. 1, 2, 3. Shift up to A major. 3, A major. 1, 2, 3. Shift down to B. 2, 1, B, A major. Okay? So that's the B section. And don't worry, we're going to do that again. Okay, that's the B section. Let's do the B again. Ready and play. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, A major. 1, 2, A major. 1, 2, 3. Back down to B. 3, 1, 2. Now A major. 1, 2, 3. Work on that. Get that comfortable. Then what happens? Well, we do A again. We do A again. And the only thing that changes is that at the end of the A section, you're going to play the C major chord. That's the only thing that changes in the second A. All right, so it's basically the same. So we have, I'll use the highlighter since that's what I used the first time. We have A again. Okay, and yes, it's slightly different, so maybe we'll call it A2, but it's basically the same. After the A2 section, which is the same as the A1, then we have a new section. So we'll call this section C. I'll use a different color too. And it's just a short little bridge idea. Okay, which actually honestly starts from here. Okay, in fact, we'll just call it a bridge because that's really how it's functioning. And all the bridge is, it's just left hand plays C, right hand plays E, left hand plays F, right hand plays A. And there's it 4 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, C and E, F and A. Just like that. Do that again. So C and E, 1, F and A, C and E, F and A. And then what does it do? He goes back to the A section again, but this time it is changed more significantly. This time we're going to call it A3, okay? Because now the left hand starts on C again, but this time it reverses the order. Instead of the right hand starting, the left hand starts here. But the pattern really is the same. Right hand's on D, left hand's on C. So we have 1, 1, then F. Try that. 1, 2, 3, 1, and again. 1, 2, 3, 1. The next measure, 31, is the same thing. 1, D, F sharp, but then down to E. So it's just like the beginning. So try those first 4 bars. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 31. 1, 2, 3, 1. Do that a few times. Once you get comfortable with that, try the next part. We have the right hand on D major 7. And the left hand is just going to do C, F, like that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So really straightforward. Next section, we have that bridge one more time. Okay, so we can mark that as our bridge. And this time, it's just alternating F, E, F, now C and E, F and A. That's all that is, really easy. Which takes us to the very last section, which we're going to call our coda. And the coda is basically just a section and a piece that acts as an ending. Coda literally means tail in Italian. Okay, so this is the tail, the piece's tail. And it's just the melody, just continued. Okay, so the left hand starts C, right hand's on B. Okay, so let's try this. 1, 2, 3, G, B, G, A, 2, C sharp, E, 2, now D, D, F sharp, A, now C and A, like that. Let's do that again. 1, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, D, and 1, 2, 3, 1, C major, A major, 1. That's all the sections for Pomp. Now I'm going to play it along. We're going to do a slow version, maybe a moderate version, maybe a fast version. We'll see. But we'll start with the slow version. Here we go from the beginning. Okay. D major, C major. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Now F, 2, 3. F major. 1, 2. Stretch. D major 7. 1, 2, 3. C major. 1, 2, major. 1, 2, E major. 1, 2, C major. 1, 2, 3, E major. 1, 2, 3. 1, A major. 2, 3, A major. 2, 3. Shift down. 1, 2, 3. 1, B, G, C, and A. 1, 2, 3. D major. A again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, F major. 3, 1. Now stretch to D major. 7. 1, C major. 2, 3. 1, 2, F major. 1, 2, 3, E major. 1, C and E. Here we go, the bridge. C and E. 1. Now F and A. 1, C and E. 3. 1, F and A. 3. 1. Back to the A3. C. 1, 3, F major. 1, 2. Back to C. C. 2, F major. Stretch back to the D major 7. C. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. F major. E major. Accented. 1, 2, 3. F major. Now C and E. Sforzando. 1, F and A. 3. 1. Back to C. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A. 2, 3. 1. Now D. 1, 2, 3. 1. Now C and A. 3. 1, 2, 3. So work that up. You're probably going to have a few tricky spots. Go back to work the sections. Once you can play along at that speed, work it up a bit, and then you can come back to play it at a more appropriate tempo. Okay? All right, let's try it faster. Here we go. 1, ready and play. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you might notice there's some pedal markings marked in. I didn't use the pedal in that repetition. You don't have to use pedal. Once you get comfortable, if you want to add that in, you can. Also, if you look at the tempo marking, it's allegro con brio, marked half note equals 76, which is actually pretty fast. About this tempo. And that's per measure. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think that's a kind of an unrealistic tempo, but maybe some of you want to work up or to something like it, or at least hear what it sounds like at the tempo. So this is what it sounds like at the actual tempo marking. 1, 2, 3, here we go. 1, 3, 1. So again, it seems to me kind of an unrealistic tempo for someone who's just starting piano their first semester in college. But if you want to challenge yourselves and work up to tempo, you are more than welcome to. You will certainly receive extra credit for doing so. Anyways, that concludes the material for Chapter 3. So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.